Alrighty, class, before we watch the movie, which is going to be Pokemon the Movie 2000, um, we are going to have a quick lesson on media comprehension. So, what is media comprehension? Media comprehension is the act of understanding the media that we're engaging with. What's the difference between media comprehension and media analysis? Now that we've all seen something, I can use it in lessons. A teehee. That's been my current verbal tick. Teehee, saying tee. Let's watch this clip from Pokemon the first movie.
But what is my purpose?
To serve your master. You were created to fight for me. That is your purpose.
That cannot be. You said we were partners. We stood as equals.
You were created by humans to obey humans. You could never be our equal.
Humans may have created me, but they will never enslave me. This cannot be my destiny.
Stop this now!
I was not born a Pokemon. I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
What's the difference between media comprehension and media analysis? Media comprehension is saying Mewtwo feels alone because he was abused and betrayed by humans. Media analysis is saying this scene contributes to my overall thesis that it's about the relationship between abused children and their parents, because Mewtwo says he feels alone and betrayed, and that's how abused children feel. Media comprehension is understanding the media, what the characters are doing, saying, thinking, and we're taking the movie as its own source. Media analysis is applying your own thoughts, interpretations, and feelings to the media. Why is media comprehension important to media analysis? Media comprehension is important because without being able to understand the text, you can't properly analyze it, you know? Media will communicate information using verbal dialogue, words, or spoken things. If the art form has visuals, it can also use visual storytelling, and if it has music, it can use things like sound effects, music, or if it's spoken dialogue, using characters' tone while speaking. They can all use that to communicate different forms of information. So this is the levels of complexity to media comprehension. I assigned 3 age levels. Kids media will expect you to know nothing. It will communicate things very bluntly, and anything not stated bluntly will be not expected to be understood. For example, in a kids monster movie, there'll be a pause, a monster reveal, musical notations, and a zoink scoob. That's a monster. That thing might eat me. They'll hit you over the head with everything because it expects it to be your first exposure to the ideas that it's presenting. What I would define as teenager level media will expect you to intuit that there's more to the media than what is bluntly said. But it will still rely on blunt communication to catch everyone up to speed. For example, a teenager monster movie would have the monster reveal and the musical notations and expects you to understand that the monster is dangerous and it's probably going to eat you just from that information. The adult media will then go even further. It will communicate important information just through implication. It will use more complex ideas building off of your previous experiences with other media. A big example of what I would define as an adult media is Neon Genesis Evangelion. If you watch the show as a teenager, you will not be able to understand anything that is happening, and you're going to think you obviously understand it because that's how human brains work. But yeah, that's So I'm aware that labeling it after age groups will come across as contentious, but keep in mind that I'm focusing on the delivery and the level of media familiarness needed to understand, engage with, and enjoy a piece of media, not the content. A show can have spicy adult content like violence and gore, but still only requires a children's level media comprehension to understand it. A show can lack adult content whatsoever, but still require an adult media comprehension level to understand. Being a kids show doesn't make something bad, to me. Kids shows are the bedrock that inform your ability to understand to understand other types of shows, and also being able to communicate like simple things well simply is good, you know. And I think that's what I have here. That is the very quick lesson on media comprehension.